You already know the superstars like Delina and Love Don't Be Shy, but what if? If I told you that there are some hidden alternatives that are more unique, more exclusive, and just as long lasting? Let's upgrade your collection for 2026. Let's talk about the most artistic perfumes in my collection. So if you're interested, then just keep on watching. Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Diana and I am a fragrance enthusiast who has been collecting fragrances over the last 5 years. Here on this channel we talk about all fragrances. It doesn't matter if it's niche, designer or Middle Eastern, the ultimate goal is just to smell good and feel good. So, let's start with one of the most loved perfumes on the market. Everyone knows and loves the Rihanna scent, but I'm recommending Love Don't Be Shy Extreme from Kilian instead. It is a kind of decadent and enchanting take on the original Love Don't Be Shy DNA. If you are not familiar with it, then basically it's a sweet orange blossom marshmallow scent with some extra vanilla and caramel. The added rose note makes the extreme version even sweeter and even more captivating. If you wear Love Don't Be Shy in spring, maybe in summer, then the extreme version will be your companion for fall and winter. It is super strong, very sweet, and you really must love this scent profile to enjoy it. However, I feel that this version comes across a bit more unique compared to the million times overdone Love Don't Be Shy scent. So if you love sweet, creamy scents, then the next hidden gem may be also something for you. It is none other than Latte Mimosa from New Notes. And this one is also very strong, and it has a kind of very thick and creamy texture. It really smells like creamy sunshine to me, very yellow smelling. It is also perfect for transitioning from winter to spring. It features the notes of bergamot, mimosa, ylang, iris, jasmine, musk, and sandalwood. It sounds dreamy, right? However, as all new note perfumes, this one is also not a safe blind buy. I heard some people finding it way too cloying and too sweet, so maybe please sample it first. Then another icon fragrance is, of course, Delina from Parfums de Marly. For me, out of all the Delinas, Delina Exclusif is the best choice. This one doesn't have that sharp rhubarb note, and it has some kind of added creamy sweetness. It really embodies elegance and sophistication. It has that beautiful blend of floral, fruity, and warm creamy notes, really providing that captivating scent experience. Yes, the Delina DNA is also overdone, but I could not leave it out from the list of artistic perfumes as it still deserves the hype, right? It is just a beautiful, timeless rose with a lot of elegance and femininity. Another big favorite of mine is Ylang in Gold from Micallef. I think this house is pretty well known in the community, but I think also that most of us have already forgotten about this perfume. It is a creamy coconut, tropical vanilla scent with the keynotes of ylang, coconut, vanilla, sandalwood, with a hint of citruses. It is often being recommended for summer, however, I always revisit it in the winter time, as it is really strong enough to really cut through the colder days. In the winter, I find that the vanilla will shine more and the tropical notes will remain a bit more dormant in the background, which also makes this perfume just great for all year round. Moving away from these overly sweet and creamy fragrances to a bit more to those clean or rather clean girl aesthetic perfumes. By now, I'm pretty sure that everyone knows Valaya from Parfums de Marly. It broke the community, I think, not last year, but the year before. And it was so successful that the brand launched also Valaya Exclusif in the meantime. And Valaya Exclusif is basically very similar to the original Valaya. However, this one creates a kind of harmonious balance between the fresh citruses, the delicate florals, and some warm woods with some added powderiness. It is definitely one of my top picks when it comes to Parfums de Marly. It is very versatile. I can wear it in both colder weather and warmer weather. In warmer weather, the citruses and the florals shine a bit more and give that kind of uplifting feeling, while during colder days, the warmer base notes will be shining. But if you want something in the same kind of clean girl aesthetics, then I highly recommend to check out Coty Infinement Matin de Jade, which is a fresh, aromatic, slightly citrusy ginger kind of scent, which is very fresh, very uplifting. It opens up with a big burst of ginger. It will even tickle your nose if you're sensitive to it. But as it calms down, the more aromatic and aquatic facets will come out, and it will transform into that beautiful unisex, clean-smelling perfume. I absolutely recommend to check it out if you like this scent profile. And as you can see, I only have this 10 ml travel size of it. However, I'm really considering a full bottle if I finish this travel spray. By the way, I also own 5 or even 6 other samples and travel sprays from the Coty Infinement line. So if you're interested in more reviews, then please let me know in the comments. If you like the fruity floral category as much as I do, then I have 2 recommendations for you. I think the first one is the more well-known perfume, which is Good Girl Gone Bad from Kilian, which is a very beautiful peachy, floral, fruity fragrance with the keynotes of peach, osmanthus, neroli, jasmine, tuberose, and sandalwood. It opens up like a peach syrup kind of thing infused with the floral notes, and as it dries down, it transforms into a bit more creamy, even maybe milky, fruity floral perfume that has excellent lasting power. It has at least a good 6-7 hours of longevity. What it really makes it unique is that it has a note of osmanthus that adds an extra texture to the fragrance, and it almost smells like a very soft suede. So basically, this is a perfume for you if you really appreciate bold, complex scents that embody both sweetness and strength. The other perfume, which might not be that well known or talked about, is Vele from Tiziana Terenzi. It is also that kind of floral, fruity perfume with some creamy aspects. However, in this one, we have the mango as the star of the show. It opens up a little bit even green, so you have to be able to cope with green notes. But as the perfume dries down, the tropical fruitiness with the creaminess of the Ylang will really take over the show. This perfume also features the typical Tiziana Terenzi musk, but it is not as strong as in other of their perfumes like Kirke. This one has the level of musk that, for example, Draco from the line has. So if you have smelled Draco and liked it, then I recommend to check out Vele as well. Another powdery and musky scent, but this one is a little bit more gourmand leaning and maybe a little bit less fruity, is Crystal Love for Her from Attar collection. And basically, this perfume is a creamy, powdery vanilla that features the notes of rose, fruits, chocolate, white musk, nutmeg, bourbon vanilla, and tonka bean. This perfume balances the sweet and floral elements also very well. The fruity top notes give a kind of uplifting quality, and it has a warmer base that make it more sophisticated. It is a great pick for winter, but eventually the muskiness makes it light enough to wear it during spring and fall as well. However, I would not necessarily wear it during the summertime. I left the most interesting and maybe the most artistic perfume last. This is something that will not be everyone's cup of tea. I tried Bertrand Duchaufour's own brand, L'Anthropist, last year, and there were a few creations that were very interesting, very artistic and unique enough to get a full bottle of. One of them was Dawn Whispers, which is an ozonic, musky scent that I would eventually describe the easiest as the scent of cold metals on the skin with some lactonic undertones. It is very abstract, artistic, unique, and modern. I absolutely recommend to check it out, but as always, sample it first. And this is true especially for this one, as it is not a crowd-pleasing scent. But for example, if you liked Metallic from Tom Ford, I think this is also something that you may want to check out. So I guess this was it for today. 10 artistic perfumes in my collection. Some are more known than the others, but now I would like to know about your picks. Do you have any artistic hidden gems in your collection? Share it down below in the comments. If you like this video, then share and subscribe, and until the next time, just keep on smelling good and feeling good. Bye bye.